Hello, I'm LaQuentin Wagner. Today I'm doing videos for Texas Network of Youth Services. This video is featuring former and current foster youth. The video is about lawyers, what lawyers have done, haven't done, should do, shouldn't do. And today I'm here interviewing a few of my friends. Would you care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Raina. I'm 17 years old. I've been in foster care for about 6 years now.
This is Sarah. Sarah, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, why not? I'm 19. I currently live in apartments provided by like a CPS program in a place called the Settlement Home. And I've been in CPS care for about 6 or 7 years.
My name is Tyler, 23 years old. Been in foster care for I entered foster care, or CPS, or whatever it is, at 18 months.
How would you say your life in care was? Was it stable enough for you? Do you feel like you had a say in what was going on?
I don't feel like I had much of a say in what was going on in my life. Mostly being young and people not really caring to hear what I have to say. And just also having some bad caseworkers and bad attorneys that didn't really let me express what I wanted or what I needed.
Well, I mean, to a certain point, where I was living at, they definitely listened to me. They heard me, they tried to communicate, and they tried to make things work for me, but, my case was in San Antonio, so it's kind of harder for me to go to court, be in tune with all that's happening with the case.
I'd like to ask you about your lawyers. Do you feel like you had a voice with them? Did you ever get to see them?
Nah, I don't remember any lawyers. I don't remember any lawyers.
At all? Did you go to the courthouse?
I remember going to the courthouse one time when I was about 11, and that was when my last name was getting changed. When I got adopted, and that was the only time I remember going to court.
My lawyer, I don't think he's visited me maybe more than 4 times. I got the face. He doesn't really know anything about me, and what he does is based on my parents, which is not always accurate. So really, my parents are saying one thing to the court, saying, oh, she's not ready, she's not, blah, 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 whatever the excuse they came up with just to keep me secluded, whereas my attorney, he only saw me a little bit, so it was still, I really couldn't do anything. I was moved to RTCs, hospitals, etc. without my say.
So can you tell me about the best experience you had with a lawyer?
A lawyer? Well, if you're asking in general, then yeah, because like I said, I didn't see any lawyers through my CPS case. I'm sure I had one, but I didn't see any. But I had a lawyer through legal aid office, really good guy. They provide legal aid services. They provide lawyers for CPS, people that feel like they need some backup. And so he was there with my outside a court-appointed lawyer, and I just felt safer with that lawyer there because he was outside that system, the city. He was more with me, it felt like. So.
Well, I guess one of my attorneys that I consider she was like the best one. She definitely always represented me and did what I wanted or what I needed. She was always meeting with me constantly, consistently, and always made sure that I let her know my needs, and she kind of earned my trust so that I was able to share with her the true things that I needed. Whenever we went into court, she always had everything prepared. She always checked in a couple of times before we had court, and she never failed at representing me and what I wanted.
Yeah, the only thing that stood out about my attorney was, my transition from the group home to the apartments, and I was feeling kind of nervous, but I was definitely confident in myself. I could, hold a job. I could hold a relationship, and I had the mental skills, the social skills, just to, go out and see how I do. But my parents tried to fight that, like, oh, she needs to be back at the group home, stay there, try to, because they thought I wasn't ready. But my attorney was 100% behind me. He said, no, she's old enough. I think she can manage. Let her see, get on her feet. And that's exactly what I did. And still doing good.
What would you say would be your worst experience or the worst thing about having your lawyer?
Well, the fact that in the beginning, throughout my whole time being in CPS, I didn't really see any lawyers. I didn't know that I had one.
The worst experience I've ever had with my attorney or with an attorney has been us going into court. Well, not only us going into court and them acting like they know me and standing up and telling the judge that they knew exactly what my needs were and what I wanted, and practically lied to the judge because they had just met either 5 minutes before the court hearing and only spoken to me for about 2 minutes.
His absence. Yeah, I maybe saw that guy maybe 4 times. And of course I was 13, 14, and so many decisions were made, so many things were talked about, and I don't hardly know any of them until after it happened or until it was decided, and then they decided to inform me.
When you were in the courtroom, were you able to speak with your judge?
Yes, I was actually able to speak to my judge every single court hearing that I had. My judge was very open at letting me see them in their chambers.
He was a great guy, he was very interested. He was very proud of my, progress, and he was just like anybody else.
So if your judges or your attorneys were present before you right now, what would you want to say to them?
There needs to be more communication. That's what it boils down to. There needs to be more involvement, and that's what I feel they could have done that they didn't do. I don't remember seeing any lawyer, and I didn't see any courtroom until about 11. So.
Not every CPS kid is a failure. There are very successful CPS kids, foster kids, even just kids in general. Just because the way we were raised or our past doesn't mean it dictates our future.
Well, for the bad attorneys, I'd want them to know that they weren't very helpful at all, and that I truly do not appreciate them going up in court and acting as if they knew me. For the good attorneys that I've had is not only keep on doing what you're doing, but that thank you for always being interested in me and in my life and helping me with my needs and wants.